بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
My father, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give him a long life full of deeds, and my mother, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise her rank to Firdaus, put me in a preschool at a very early age. I was most likely around 3 years old. During class one day, I had stomach pain, extreme stomach pain. We had just finished playtime, and I remember the teacher was telling everyone, put the toys back. And I was in so much pain, I sat at my desk when I wasn't supposed to, because I was supposed to help them put the toys back. Then I remembered how my father and mother, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raise a rank to Firdaus, how they would recite Surah Al-Fatiha when I had a fever or any type of illness. And how they taught me that it was a cure. I remembered that. With the yaqeen in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and what my parents instilled in me at that age, and with the innocence of that age and its purity, I put my hand on my stomach and I began to recite Al-Ruqya, Al-Shafiya, Al-Shifa. As soon as I finished the last ayah, Allah is my witness, the pain suddenly went away. The structure in classroom still stands until today. And I often pass by and look at the exact spot where my desk was. And I often think that it may be the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He kept such an incident in my memory from such a young age to boost my iman and increase my yaqeen throughout my life. If it doesn't work for me today, I need to ask myself what happened, as we all need to do if it doesn't work for us. I'm the same person. It's the same surah. Similar illness or problems. The deficiency would be in me, not in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala healing me through the surah. The yaqeen needs touching up. And by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it will work. Ibn al-Qayyim said examples like these are more than one can count in all eras. And I can reiterate that. We don't need to go into the old books for examples on this. We've seen or know how some people were cured with a ruqya, a shafiya, by the will of Allah, from doubts in their deen, sins they were addicted to, weakness of iman, laziness in getting up to salah, physical illnesses, cancer, fever, being paralyzed, headaches. Ibn al-Qayyim said he used to take a vase of Zamzam and recite Surah Al-Fatiha over it, then drink it. He said, I would get so much strength and benefits that I've never felt before ever. He said, I began to use that as a healing method for many of my various pains. Like we said, someone asks, why doesn't it work for me? The healing depends on the level of iman and yaqeen. How near one is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how far from sins, and how close to obedience one is. illnesses and doubts, resist the cure in medicine. The healing in medicine must be strong enough to combat and resist the illness, no matter what type it is. If one uses the cure of Al-Fatiha by the will of Allah and any type of illness, whether it's a heart disease or a physical illness, no matter what type it is, if one uses that cure in accordance and in trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in iman, in yaqeen, full of confidence in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the illness, no matter what type it is, could never overcome that powerful cure. We need full yaqeen in understanding that illnesses could never combat or overcome the word of the Lord of the universe. How can any heart disease or physical ailment stand before words that would crumble a mountain if they were bestowed upon them? That's the meaning and understanding we're trying to get from the names or qualities Al-Ruqya, Al-Shafiya, Al-Shifa. Find your cure by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Al-Ruqya, in Al-Shifa, in Al-Shafiya, from hasad, fear, pain, doubts, worries, distress, problems, hardships, laziness in dunya or deen matters, negativity in your life, low iman, illnesses you were told have no cure.